Hi, my name is Elizabeth. Today is October 2nd, and today I'll be presenting on feedback loops in the non-gravid female reproductive system. This topic highlights how the brain and reproductive organs communicate through hormones to coordinate in the menstrual cycle. We'll explore how these feedback loops regulate timing, fertility, and uterine readiness. The hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis is the central communication network. It starts with the hypothalamus, which releases GnRH impulses. This stimulates the anterior pituitary to release FSH and LH. These hormones travel through the bloodstream to the ovaries, where they regulate follicle development and hormone production. Estrogen and progesterone from the ovaries then feed back to the brain to either suppress or stimulate further hormone release. This feedback system keeps the cycle in balance. The menstrual cycle is divided into 3 phases: the follicular phase, ovulation, and the luteal phase. During the follicular phase, FSH promotes the growth of ovarian follicles. Around day 14, a surge in LH triggers ovulation, the release of an egg. In the luteal phase, the corpus luteum forms and secretes progesterone to prepare the uterus for possible implantation. Hormone levels rise and fall in a coordinated pattern, driven by feedback loops between the brain and ovaries. In the early follicular phase, estrogen levels begin to rise as follicles grow. At moderate levels, estrogen sends a negative feedback signal to the hypothalamus and pituitary, reducing GnRH, FSH, and LH secretion. This prevents multiple follicles from maturing at once and helps to select one dominant follicle. It's a fine-tuned system that ensures control follicle development. In ovulation, as the dominant follicle grows, it produces high levels of estrogen. Once estrogen reaches a critical threshold, it switches from a negative to a positive feedback. This stimulates a surge in LH, which causes the follicle to rupture and release the egg. This LH surge is a classic example of positive feedback, a temporary amplification that ensures ovulation occurs at the right time. After ovulation, the ruptured follicle becomes the corpus luteum. It secretes progesterone and some estrogen, which exerts strong negative feedback on the hypothalamus and pituitary. This suppresses GnRH, FSH, and LH, preventing the development of new follicles. Progesterone also stabilizes the endometrial lining, making it receptive to implantation if fertilization occurs. The uterus responds to ovarian hormones in a tightly coordinated way. Estrogen stimulates the proliferation of the endometrial lining during the follicular phase. After ovulation, progesterone transforms the lining into a secretory state, rich in nutrients and ready for embryo implantation. If no fertilization occurs, hormone levels drop and the lining is shed during menstruation. When feedback loops are disrupted, reproductive health can suffer. In the polycystic ovary syndrome, or PCOS, elevated LH and low FSH prevent proper follicle development and ovulation. Multiple small follicles accumulate, but none mature. Hormonal contraceptives work by mimicking the luteal phase, providing synthetic estrogen and progesterone to suppress GnRH and prevent ovulation. Understanding these feedback mechanisms helps us to diagnose and treat reproductive disorders. In summary, to wrap up, feedback loops in the non-gravid female reproductive system are essential for coordinating hormone levels, follicle development, ovulation, and uterine readiness. Negative and positive feedback work together to maintain cycle timing and fertility. Disruptions in these loops can lead to clinical conditions like PCOS or infertility, but they often also offer therapeutic targets for treatment. In my next slide, I have a case study, and you can go ahead and solve it. And here are the solutions for the case study. And here are my resources. Thank you so much.